stream started there. Let's see. Am I ready to take over the radio? And you know what? Switch now. Someone play the intro. Someone play the intro.
Boobs.
You're killing me, Smalls.
$5.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
The time sink is real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the line. You know, I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a
Oh
time.
God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the line. I'm doing nothing but standing on the line.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball into.
Into a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault.
And greetings, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack. We started off with a tad bit late today. Hopefully everything's going to be working. I'm still loading into the game. Thex, are you ready for today?
I am. We have Jack. Technical difficulties long here for the second day in a row.
Yeah, so, well,
with the malware bytes tanking your system.
I have never seen my computer hang on startup for so long. I think that was like 10 minutes for it just to load my desktop, and this is on an SSD drive, so I have no clue what the hell was going on. So, I mean, I haven't even loaded up browsers. I am very, very far behind today, so normally all of that was set up. I can't even believe that we got everything loaded with the grimy trader, so we had some sound effects.
Impeccable timing.
I know. It's like
11:03, and Jack isn't even logged in. We're like, okay, I guess we're gonna sit here with
hey.
Schneider and I.
On mine, it was probably 30-45 seconds late compared to where Laz regularly starts the show. So,
right.
Well, I don't even know if it's on the radio right now because I just essentially kicked the radio and said disconnect, and yeah, so
we could be talking to no one.
Yeah, absolutely. We could be talking to absolutely no one. If you can hear us out on Twitch, out on my channel, please say hi because I haven't even checked that. Hi, Blood Omen. So Blood Omens is in the channel, so yes. So for the record, today is Friday, January 27th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Last day of the week.
Last day of the week, last day of my sanity being here for the weekend because it's never here for the weekend. I will say that we do have the continuation of the release. We have the Fire Lotus release party later this afternoon. We have the handout of the cloaks on Saturday. Do you want to talk about that while
Yes,
I'm
sir.
bringing up browser windows and everything else?
Sure. We're going to be handing out all these fancy cloaks. If you can see us on Jack's Twitch, we are both wearing these awesome cloaks. Portalarium did a fantastic job putting these things together. They look really cool. And they even added the Virtue Blue Glow effect, which I was not anticipating happening. So, these cloaks are truly one of a kind. I'll stand up here and see if anyone can see me.
Well, it's a little bit clearer if you... I'm looking at my character profile, and so you can also see a smaller version on my screen where Thex is wearing it, so...
Yeah, so basically, with the distribution, I have the task of now handing out over 250 of these. So we're going to kind of turn it into an in-game event tomorrow, where I'm going to be standing on my lot in Don's Keep, handing these out to everybody who donated $25 or more to the Iron Maiden Chemo Relief Fund. It's going to be an all-day affair to me. So, come by, pick up your cloak. We're going to have all the donation boxes there for in-game gold, craftables, materials, anything that you'd like. So kind of like a canned food drive. Pick up your cloak, drop something off, and let's get some mats and things put together for the big telethon on February 10th. But again, it's not too late to make a donation to get this awesome cloak. So do it because this cloak is going to be a one of a kind.
Yeah, so don't forget, the GoFundMe is easy to find. Just go to gofundme.com and then just type in, for the search, Doug, Iron Maiden, and soda, and it will come up. And if you can't figure that out, you can always go to Google, type in GoFundMe, Doug, soda.
Doug.
And you'll be able to find it. And that's SOTA, not SODA. So,
that'll take you to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that will. And welcome to the channel, Alderon. Don't forget, if you want to join us in Discord, you can always go to nbnn.info, click on the Discord button if that's way too complicated for you. You can always go to discord.me/nbnn, and that will bring you to the channel. Just type in your name. You are more than welcome to join us for any of the conversations or anything else. And I didn't send out a tweet today, so
Oh well.
It was a rough start.
So if you want to see a fun bug that Schneider pointed out, you can look at my character now as I sit here and twitch, and my face twitches uncontrollably.
Well, your right arm is twitching uncontrollably. So the only problem is it's not doing like the external twitch, so it doesn't look like you're trying to jerk off the person that's to your side. This is just you. If you're holding the Lord Marshall drinking horn, you'd be really, really having lots of fun.
So basically, I'm tapping my pipe out.
Yeah, you're tapping your
Jack,
pipe
if you
a lot.
If you stand up, Jack, you see your face is twitching.
Okay, so I need to zoom into my face. My face looks rather stable right now.
Yeah, Schneider looked like he was chewing gum, or his eyes were rolling in the back of his head like Laz.
Yeah,
Look at me right now.
Do I need to be holding? It's just you're blinking. Oh yeah, you're doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's you're chewing gum. You're blinking your eyes at the same time. Yeah, but this is things that we generally expect right after a release. Is they spend the next week and a half just hunting down bugs. But this is. And if you see one of those bugs, go ahead and document it in case they're not watching the stream. Gix Vargach generally does show up to the show. And imagine that. There he is, logging on right then. And so he'll be
What kind of
on
exercise is that?
The chewing gums. Well,
Looks like hammer curls.
or
with hammer curls.
the 12-ounce curls.
Yeah, since
That's a
Gix
heavy
is coming
pipe,
in.
man.
Yeah,
Gix is
Gix,
coming in. We'll let him see this.
Yeah, Gix will sit there and laugh, and so just point it out to him, and he'll be like, "Stop making me work," or "Stop making me put in Jiras for you."
Yeah, I wish we could put in Jiras. That'd be fun.
Well, the hard part is training people how to put in their Jiras properly. I know it's extremely complicated, but of documenting things. But at the same time, you know what? People are not always the most proficient. Because I've filled out bug reports on the official forums incorrectly just because I'm lazy.
Well, I got really lazy yesterday, with the Marshmallow Dragon and some of the other things we spotted right off the bat, that I went into the forum and didn't even post anything. No reproduction rate. I just posted a pic. And Atwood came in and said, "Thanks, been reported." So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part is like some of those are not knowing the proper language for doing that bug report, and so that is always. Oh yeah, and as Rustic Dragon does point out, every company uses Jira differently too. So it's one where it's like, hey, how do you want me to put this in?
Right.
And what do you want me to specify for the priority? Now, where were we at yesterday on the release notes? Do you
We
remember?
were at the Clockwork Dragon,
Okay, so
which I got a fantastic story to tell about after the
Did-
show yesterday.
So you went out and slayed the Clockwork Dragon?
I went out to Blood Bay for the first time and got my you-know-what handed to me thoroughly, which is awesome because that's what that place is for. But right across near the entrance, there's a certain boss.
Yeah, the little island with the dragon on
The
it.
little
Yeah.
island. Yep. This big skull island with the dragon there. There was a group of about 10 people trying to take the dragon out, and there was most of the developers in the game standing there watching it happen. They were kind of testing it and probably seeing what was going on. So while I joined them and I was sitting there watching this crew get massacred by the dragon, and all of a sudden Athos starts taking swings at me. So I can't do anything about that. So I started fighting back, threw down a ring of fire, caught him on fire, and then he runs into the dragon, gets killed, but my ring of fire gets the kill shot. So I walk out of there with Athos's hand, which was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's always fun.
Yeah, and then Lord British shows up, and he does his thing. He's in super god mode, and he's just running around like a crazy person around the dragon. It's not even touching him, but It was a sight, man. It was a sight to see. And somebody there actually had a ring of frogkin, which is one of the new items that are available on this release. One of the rare artifacts. It was a rare drop. The guy had green skin that glowed, was glittery. He looked like a frog, and he could jump about 3 times as high as everybody else. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, Blood Bay right now is a hot spot for activity. There was a ton of people there. It was just a bloodbath. The developers were there playing along. The dragon was killing everybody. It was awesome.
Yeah, the one thing that I would do before you go out there is stash all of your valuables that are not in your hands.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. I showed up there with all my good stuff, and luckily I didn't lose anything that was worth anything. But if I go back there again, I am going to properly prepare and put together a PvP deck, because for those of you that don't PvP like Laz, PvE decks don't really work the same out there.
No, they definitely don't. And don't forget that they can walk. Some people do walk around invisible, and they will steal everything from you. They will rob you blind.
Yes, there was a pickpocketer out there making the rounds and probably making a fortune as we were all standing there watching the developers and everyone else fight that dragon.
That is always entertaining. And you know what? I forgot one of the key things. Laz likes music on the show for some odd reason, for minimizing dead air. So let me go find my organ.
Get
my
your
street
Stones
organ.
going.
Gotta get the Stones on loop going. So we'll start off with a little Sepultura as I rotate and face away from the camera.
Yeah, and you and I actually, you and I actually took a little walk through Deep Ravenswood yesterday. We can talk about that too.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather? I mean, I've got the list up on the website for the release 38 instructions. We can finish that off and then go into some of the changes to some of the scenes that we witnessed. Good. So, release 38 notes, since I do have it back on screen. Let's see if I can ever find the right button for monitor 2. Okay, so character Clockwork Dragons make their appearance in game in several versions. So you've got these pet size all the way to the full size behemoth that Thex was just talking about. That's out in Blood Bay. You can see a picture of it. It is absolutely huge. I got spanked by it on the QA server before it was actually Clockwork. So a bunch of other character telethon awards or rewards made it back into the game, and as well as, don't forget, the new avatar movement animations where you're high stepping. The Clockwork Dragon is fun to watch. Now, does it shoot laser beams out of his eyes?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's such a cool boss because it does all kinds of stuff. It shoots lasers, it drops fire, there's like poison flying around. I mean, I think it pretty much uses everything. So it was just dropping everybody.
That is always pretty damn funny. Then the Shock Monkey's coming out, and thank you, Laz, for finally doing that. The Shock the Monkeys, that are another mechanical nightmare from Kroll, developed for covert missions. These mechanical monkeys are a terrible version of their cute organ grinder cousins, with sharp claws and teeth plus a shocking electrical attack. They also have stealth abilities that allow them to completely disappear from view. They've been found in...
terrifying.
Yeah, they've been found in... I have not seen one yet.
Okay.
They were not in Blood Bay when I was running around Blood Bay.
Yeah, I made a suggestion to Darkstar in the post before it went live and in the QA, and I was like, we should call these the Shockwork monkeys because they're clockwork, But I'm cool with Shock Monkey.
Well, you've got to go around with the Shock the Monkey, and you need to listen to some...
Shock the Monkey.
Yeah, that's Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel,
yes,
right? Yeah. Just have to make sure that I get the right musician in there.
And Ozzy Osbourne did a cover.
He did?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Yep.
I don't remember that one. So new pets. I'm not really a big fan of the new combat pets or non-combat pets. I think they're a little bit useless.
You want something with some teeth.
Yeah, I want something with teeth and something that bites back. So.
Your Shiba Inu dog. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, the Shiba Inu dog. Yeah, so I mean, or the Mandarin duck, the white and black squirrels, the baby silver and baby blackened metal clockwork dragons, the telethon reward, which was the copper clockwork dragon. Or we could talk about the new emotes that people were demonstrating yesterday with the reading the paper, the writing on paper, reading books or writing books. I will let people know that, like, if you're writing on paper and you really, really pay attention, you might notice that there's a little bit of separation between your finger and the writing implement, or even the books and the writing implement. And I was in the office when that was being explained, and the reason that happens is because if you say you put on gloves that have a thicker texture, he doesn't want the finger going straight through that object and creating visual anomalies. And so instead it is just in some cases it's going to actually appear to be right on top of it. Other cases it will look as if it's hovering. But that's if you zoom in that much.
Now, are you talking about your fingers pinching the pen or the pen to the paper?
The fingers pinching the pen.
Yeah.
Or even... Oh, so you're actually paying attention to it right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you'll notice a little bit of separation. But, I mean, it's like, you really have to be looking for that separation. So,
yeah, it's negligible.
Yeah, but that was done intentionally just to make it so that way you're not like pinching your fingers and the pen is like through your fingernail.
No, Scrota's here.
Yeah, Scrota's here, so Scrota can take over the music duties if he's up to it. I am playing his songs. So,
Yeah.
Then after that, we do have new NPC player outfits out: the Perennial Coast Farmer, the Perennial Coast Peasant, the Ornate Kimono. Some of these are available in the add-on store, others are not. Ornate Floral Kimono, the Katana. Ooh, we need katanas. More katanas.
So if we buy Laz an Ornate Floral Kimono, he won't wear it, right? Because
well, he will, as long as you rename it Counselor Robes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you might have to trick him, and definitely do it while he's high as a kite, because he will fall for it every single time.
And wouldn't that be awesome if he's like, "This is the awesome robe"? You know. I think it's only because it's called a kimono he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think that's why he has such a distaste.
He doesn't like shoguns, but
yes,
the rest of us do.
Yes, and you definitely don't want the penis through your fingernail.
No.
Can't say penis. It's penis. Penis.
Proper
then,
PB penis.
That's right.
Moving right along.
Then after that, we do have Ornate Katana, which is going to be with the Shogun bundles. Clockwork armor is in the game. There, some varieties are on the add-on store. Others are where the telethon rewards. And everybody so far that I've noticed has been excited about it.
Yeah, and the Ornate Katana, in Blood Bay yesterday, Gix was running around with one, and he was doing the guard pose, and that thing's pretty slick.
Which is always pretty damn sweet. So,
I'd like to see them bring out some Tontos one-handed.
Yeah,
well,
daggers, yeah.
Yeah, they might, just because, I mean, they're diversifying the weapons and armor slowly but surely. So, I mean, hopefully we'll see, like, the Chris make a comeback, all kinds of fun swords, and then from there, then they have to just change the weapon speed, the crit rate of all those different weapons, and as well as damage, and make the game a little bit more diverse instead of everybody running around with very similar weapons.
Plus, with new weapon sets, they're going to have new weapon animations, which is time.
Yes. And Scrota, it's time for you to play some music. The song is over. If you would kindly, sir.
Yeah, Jack's had enough cranking for now.
Yeah. Or am I going to have to play more of his music? Oh, there he is. Oh, yes! The one song that matters. It's time for Stones.
It's time for Stones.
Yes. I don't know if anybody else noticed the frozen bagpipes. Yesterday it was not playing music, so hopefully that has been fixed.
I reported that bug, and I was told that it is a known issue.
Yeah, so then Ice Wings, also available. And then the round, wide-brimmed hat is the hat from the Plague Mask without the Plague Mask part. That is
in the add-on store as of today. I saw that this morning.
Yes. Then Bug Sprayer is equipable with the Bug Spray emote that makes a green cloud. So if you have submitted a bunch of bugs on the forums and you have been awarded the Bug Sprayer through the tip program, then that will be working now.
So with that tip program, how do we know where we're at in that as far as our own levels? Is that something they keep internally, and we're just
what they're doing is they're actually keeping track of the number of bugs that you report. And so as you report more and more bugs, so over time, the more bugs that you report, the more likely you are to get the next tier of reward. And
are those unique bugs, meaning if someone else posts the bug and then you post the same bug, you don't get credit?
I think that's how it would work, just to try to eliminate redundant bugs. I mean,
Right.
but if something is something, this is where, at times, I think that every single release, even if it's a known issue, you should be reporting it again, just in case.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, just because you know what, things get lost quite frequently, and so.
Yeah, and I've noticed with the advent of the bug brigade, the bug forums, which used to be a total mess of people just duplicating bugs, is really clean these days. Like, they remove stuff pretty quick if it's a dupe.
That's good. So, as long as that keeps up, then it becomes a little bit easier to identify a bug that's been reported versus one that hasn't. And I mean, because there have been times where they have actually reintroduced bugs unintentionally. That's why I think any bug that you come across, you should go ahead and do that quick search of the current releases, search for the bugs, and then report it. And if they come back and say this is unknown issue, it's a known issue. If they come back and say, oh yeah, this is a bug, and then you get credit for it.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm only at like 10 reported bugs since the tip program came out.
Yeah. I go through fits and starts. Like, sometimes I'm crazy reporting bugs. Other times I'm like, someone else will get it.
Yeah. The fancy ornate circlet and the circlet, those are craftable items as well as add-on store items. The Iron Maiden's Chemo Relief Fund cloak, which we are wearing. Don't forget, tomorrow is the big event for getting those. Let's see. Ooh,
Pretty much all day.
Portalarium's Holiday Party January 2017 cloak is also in the is able to be claimed. I need to go claim that.
You want me to put it on?
Wait, hold on. Let me go check my bank. Do you have it on you?
Yep, right now.
Okay. Oh, that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. baby.
That lime green. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like the Joker.
That is probably the most atrocious cloak I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. I had the same thought when I got it. I put it on. I was like, well, that's going in the chest.
Yeah, that's going somewhere. I
Come
don't know
on,
where
once a
that's
year
going.
at Christmas.
Yeah.
And not
this
even
one's
at
going-
Christmas, because that neon green, man.
Yeah.
It's like the green for Christmas is supposed to be like a forest green, a darker green, not neon green.
Yeah, let's
See, if
compare.
it was
here.
dark, it'd be a good ranger cloak.
Yeah,
This is
this is my eyes are bleeding. Oh yeah, this is like I've been virtuous.
Sounds comforting.
virtuous.
Now, see, the chemo relief cloak, does it display your virtue color, or does it stay blue all the time?
No, it stays blue all the time because dark blue is the colon cancer awareness color. Now, I've seen the people who have this cloak that have bad virtue, the red, which is an interesting combo because it glows blue, but it also shows their red on their armor and on their face.
cool.
So it's kind of a cool effect. And
It's good to know.
this cloak having the glow effect is so cool because at night, this blue shimmers off the purple.
It's a blue light source.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
again, get one of these cloaks while you can, guys.
Yeah. There was a patch between release yesterday and that happened last night, and so the number of bug fixes, nobody's folding in half anymore, which hopefully is good.
I saw Schneider just do it.
You just saw Schneider fold in half?
Yeah, you were doing something, Schneider, when you sat down and you were folding in half. I don't remember what you were doing, but
Clapping.
okay.
Okay. Oh,
me sit
jeez,
down.
this thing is so hideous. And the naming of it is also weird. Grand Holiday Cloak?
Yeah, grand holiday party cloak.
Yeah, I just grabbed mine from the bank while you were doing
Well,
that.
you also got to think about this too. You know, to get the grand holiday cloak, it was a $5 donation. To get the superior and awesome Iron Maiden Keaton relief cloak is $25. So
Yeah, but hideous colors for that Grand Holiday Cloak. It's making my eyes bleed just looking at it.
you get what you pay for.
Yeah. That's
One way of putting it.
that's hideous. Jeez. I gotta go find Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden.
Yeah. So there'll be a grand holiday party cloak on Shroud Marketplace later for
$6.
$6.
$5.50. Yeah.
Yeah, just kidding, guys. We love you. We love everything.
Then new feature of the dye remover. If you dye your clothing and you don't like it, you can always restore it now. Underwear removal, they have added text or a tech so that clothing, if you're like wearing a bodice, it will remove your underwear. Unfortunately, it does not remove your underwear at all the time, so you can't walk around showing people your naughty bits.
Yeah, I got to admit, I double took when I read that in the original. It said, removes your underwear, and I'm like, what? It's like a Skyrim mod here, guys. We're gonna have full frontal.
It's like I really don't like the male diapers. So if they removed that, I'd be perfectly content.
Hey, when you're out there in the grind and in the mines and fighting clockwork dragons, and you gotta go, use Depends.
Yeah, you're right in that aspect. That you definitely need to use those Depends at some time.
Mm-hmm. At least now we can wear our Speedos.
Yeah, absolutely, because the Speedos are much more. Those are an improvement. And you know what?
Can you show us?
I don't have a
I
speedo on me.
don't have one on me, unfortunately.
I would do it, but I'm playing.
So does that mean that underwear is now a layer of clothing? So we can wear underwear above. I mean, how does this work?
Well, what I think what they did was they actually changed the underwear tech is actually them reskinning certain models, and if something's equipped, then they change the character model.
I got. So if you put the bottoms on, it's going to remove your diaper lines.
That's right. So,
Yes.
fire
dancer outfit. Let's go, boys.
It's in the bank. It's in the bank. I swear, it's in the bank.
Stays in the bank.
Pretty much does. The new NPC non-combat behaviors with emotes and dancing. They have added emote commands to pets. The first example is the dance command for the clockwork monkey. If you right-click on your monkey, you can now choose dance as one of the commands. Does anyone have a clockwork monkey on them right now?
No, I didn't know this one. I missed this one.
Oh, you missed this one? So I do not have a clockwork monkey on me, and I really don't feel like running to the bank again. Jabbering Bertha now engages in lots of asinine conversations. Player towns and player housing, there were some changes there. If you have interior light limits, those were modified based on lot size, not on the number of floors.
Modified up or down?
They were increased, I believe. So
let's get those exterior lights increased, folks.
Let's get all the lights increased, and let's get the number of items that are placeable increased, especially if you own a player-owned town. Because my Metropolis, I can only place 260 items.
Yeah,
seriously,
the limits for POTs need to go up.
Way up.
Especially people who have just the basic holdfast.
Well, for that, they really need to reduce the size of the scene for the holdfast. And to where it's like, okay, this is your decoratable area. Otherwise, it's like, okay, you've got 1 kilometer squared that you can do whatever you want with, which is the exact same amount of land that you have to mess with a Metropolis.
Yeah, Rufus Diasparti, who's my governor over in Don's Keep, he built castle walls around an entire inner city, which you should check out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, he blew his entire deco limit on just doing that, and he's just been sitting here for months waiting to get other things dropped, but he can't.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the silly stuff, because it's like, I actually challenged Starr to decorate Hometown with only the same number of deco limits as the players have for their player-owned towns, and he flat out laughed and he couldn't do it, and increased the deco limit that he had for Hometown to the, I think it was 60,000 items that he can place.
Yeah, unlimited.
Yeah, then
yeah, I saw him building Hometown. I visited him while he was building it, and yeah, he was throwing things down like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one where it's like, okay, it would be nice if you would allow players the ability to actually customize their towns instead of just building a road or throwing up one set of walls.
Yeah, and they could also do a gradual. Obviously, you're not looking to get the 60,000 limit, but they could raise it to 1,000 and let's see what happens.
And there is a reasonable number that they can actually do, and that's probably closer for Metropolis would be closer to 1,000, which would mean that a holdfast would have access to 200, 250, which would allow for a lot more modification. And at the same time, that means the holdfasts really do look more rural because they don't have the same access to the number of items. Where Metropolis, they can actually add a bunch of things. Now, I know that I believe you were one of the first people to go out and grab the remote bank access device. Did you do that?
I love it.
Yeah. You love it, and so it only accesses that local bank.
Right. That is true.
So
but you can set permissions on it like any other item. So for me, and I live in my place with Turok. He's able to add. I got it. He can access his bank with it. It's just a convenient thing to have. I'm actually using it right now on the lot for the chemo fund relief. I have all the cloaks stored in there. This was Barrick wanted me to have them secured. So it is kind of a handy tool. I mean, it's maybe not for everybody, depending on how far it is to walk, to your bank, but I'm lazy, and when I'm crafting downstairs and stuff, I don't necessarily want to go through 3 or 4 loading scenes to get to the bank, so it's pretty slick. Plus, you can claim your rewards from your house, which is also nice.
Okay, that actually makes it a lot better as far as what's going on, especially considering you can actually allow other people, if they have permissions on your lot, to actually use the device as well. Mm-hmm. So that will actually be beneficial for a bunch of people that are pretty much just accessing their own that local bank.
Yeah, it was I spend most of my time in the basement crafting if I'm doing something at my place, unless I'm sitting out there farming. But so having to go through a couple load screens to go up and go get something that's in the bank, now I can dump this bad boy downstairs and go right to the bank. And if I buy add-on store items that I want to have access to right away, I can get them. So plus I could carry this thing around and put it anywhere for any kind of an event or whatever.
That's cool.
So yeah. I mean, it's kind of a cool little gadget. I know it's probably, I'm sure we'll figure out more ways to use it.
And abuse it, you mean?
Yeah, and abuse it as time goes along. But I like you.
Good. And I know that's also going to make a few other people happy. Backpacks and bags are now decoration items, and they can be placed down on your lot. Container limits, they have removed the weight limit, and now it just has item limits. At the same time, bags inside of bags, nesting bags, gone. That makes me sad because...
So sad.
Yeah, know what? They need bags within bags. I mean, it's asinine not to have that.
For example, I had like a magic bag, and inside my magic bag, I had my scrolls bag, my reagents bag, and my potions bag. And now I got to have all those bags on my top layer.
Yeah.
So, I had magic bag, I have adventuring bag, I have, I had tons of bags. I'm an old UO player, so I'm all about bags and bags and bags. But
yeah, I mean, I hope that they readdress this later on. I know it's going to make a ton of players sad that they can't have bags within bags, just for that same reason that you did the organization. I mean, that is crucial.
I have a key bag, I have a quest items bag. I like to keep my inventory meticulously organized, or else I can't find crap. So
yes. Now, they did say that they made some improvements to the usability of inventory management. Firstly, when multi-selecting items in a list, the number of selected items is now displayed. Secondly, when you drag and dropping multiple items, the number of items being moved is now displayed next to the mouse cursor.
That's interesting, because I noticed that yesterday when Barrick dropped off all the cloaks to me. He dropped off 300, and there is a limit to the amount of stuff you can move, which is 258. And I didn't realize that until I tried to grab all 300, and I'm like, what's this number that I'm seeing? Yep,
yeah,
you can grab up to 258 items and move them at the same time.
So I'm looking on my screen right now. I'm just grabbing a bunch of stuff from my inventory and just moving it off, and you do see the little number in gold with the number of items that you do have grabbed.
Yeah, and just to clarify with the container limits, I had this question with Darkstar, and he clarified it for me. When you put items in a bag, a stack of 300 counts only as one item.
One item,
So stacks do not count as individual items. Oh, I'm sorry. The number of stacked items do not count as individual items.
Stacked items are one item. And I only have 119 items in my inventory.
Yeah, so you barely play this game.
Only 119 in my inventory.
I mean, just look at your hit points. That'll tell you.
Hey. Look at my alchemy skill, then tell me how many teleports and recall scrolls I've crafted. Hey, knowing that I generally have nearly 0 crafting XP, and I've still managed to get all the way up to 92 alchemy, just with teleports and recalls. Tell me that's not a lot.
And I will say that you did survive the Obsidian Wolf Onslaught at Deep Ravenswood yesterday, where I unfortunately did not.
Hey, that's because you were the one that pulled 7, 8 of them.
I didn't know they were there.
Yeah. Containers in your bank can now be opened directly from the bank user interface. Items inside containers are no longer visible unless you open the container.
Love it.
Then, let's see. Deco books and letters. All books and letters you come across, whether related to quests or just for the flavor, can now be placed as decorations and are readable while placed. Wait, hold on. Does that mean that if I place some sheet music on the ground that anybody can play it?
Let's find out.
Come on.
Put something on top of the piano.
I just put it on the ground in front of me. I put Rainbow in the Dark in front of me, and I can't even pick it up, so I can't do anything with it. I can't pick it up. I can't move it. Yeah. So then after that, we do have taxes and claiming. When claiming a lot, you will immediately owe 1 day of rent if you claim with a taxable lot deed. Note that you will not have to pay immediately, but the debt is incurred instantly. This change was to close a loophole where players could claim and unclaim a lot in 23 hours and not have to pay taxes.
You know, I gotta say, man, I made a post on our Discord channel about this, but this just cracked me up. People are so scandalous that they figure out, this loophole where they don't have to pay if they just keep putting their lot down every day or
unclaim it
every day.
Yeah,
it's just like, no wonder these devs pull all their hair out because, I wouldn't even think about that, but there are people out there that do.
Yeah, I don't think about that at all. I mean, it's like, it used to be like you'd have like 2 weeks free rent, which means people were going out claiming lots. 2 weeks later, reclaiming it and going from there.
Just pay your damn taxes. If you can't pay them, get a Kodo. Come on.
Yeah, Kodos are cheaper than paying taxes in gold, so use those Kodos. Weight limits removed in banks, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of water homes. They have made the water surface a decoration layer. So items flagged for placement in water can now be placed as water decorations. They do not have any We do not have any that qualify. We plan to add several beginning in release 39 items like the longboat and
lily
the
pads, floating lamps, the Asian theme.
Oh yeah. The pirate galleon looks just like the other galleon, just in a darker wood with some
boobies.
Some boobies at the front of it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The dry docked pirate galleon is also available on the add-on store. Does not require the use of a water lot, so expect to see lots and lots of people pretending to be Gibbs and trying to find a way to place that in their basement. If only you could. If only you could place that in a basement, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we're building a ship in our basement, which makes no sense.
It's all good. That just means they watched a lot of NCIS.
Yeah.
I just finally read Discord with what Vitralis, who is Rustic Dragon, what he had to say, where he says, remove the male underwear, implement an add-on store item for a bigger cock, and then strike it rich.
Oh, yeah.
Because size matters.
Yeah.
The Water Home Crown Merchant sells all the water homes, and he can be found in Brittany Wharfs. Shogun homes are added. Shogun City homes, blah, blah, blah. Lots of things. Food dog statues were added. They're on the add-on store. Shogun, all kinds of stuff added to the add-on store, including the 2011 or 2017 Valentine's gift boxes, which means it's yep.
So when Jack is my Valentine, I know where to get a card for him.
Yeah, release 38th raffle is going to be 50 total deeds. There's a drop from 85.
It's getting smaller, guys. It's getting smaller.
Which is super annoying. I mean, they need to get rid of the raffle. Even though I'm supposed to be doing the weekend update, weekend calendar, raffle is much more important.
Right.
They need to kill the raffle. They need to make it so that way players can buy deeds as they have the money for it, instead of wasting money. Because as they reduce the number of deeds for each of these raffles, the number of participants in the raffle also dwindles.
Yeah, I remember they were doing this for the gold sync to balance the economy, and I get that.
Yeah.
I've dropped cash. I've dropped cash in all of these raffles. I didn't win any last time, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I'm on your page. I'm like, why not put deeds and lots in the add-on store and do what we did in the beginning? I mean, everyone that pledged, we paid money for our lots. Everyone else should too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like real cash or in-game gold. I don't
Oh,
care
in-game
which.
gold, yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's one where it's like, go ahead and release. I mean, because if I go out and I repledge that money, that means I'm getting a tax-free lot. I mean, it might be POT only, but I now have a tax-free lot, and it's like
exactly. Or make taxable lots Kodo merchants,
Yeah.
or something. There's ways that Portalarium could benefit and the community could benefit by having easier access to lots.
Absolutely. And you'd also see like a bunch of player-owned towns actually, instead of being completely vacant, actually start to grow. So
Yeah, because if I had a POT and I had a bunch of lots that I was just farming gold and spending money on, I'd be giving it to people and say, "Hey, come move into my town. I'll give you a lot."
Yeah. So
or do the Laz model and rent.
That's right. Rent. We need more. We need rent in there. But I think that's about all the most important things, other than the rare loot that's in the new potions. But let's talk about the rare loot. Then we'll do calendar, and then we'll say we're out of here.
Sounds good. Yep.
Because you know what, rare loot is actually one of the cool things for this release. Potion recipes are rare loot. The Ring of the Brittle Boron reduces your hit points by 40%, but it adds between 20 and 50 strength.
Which is insane.
Yeah, so you get,
Expect a nerf hammer on that, I'm assuming. But
well, which is really funny because by reducing your hit points by 40% when you put it on, that 20 to 50 strength addition also increases your hit points.
Yeah, and you can buff up. There's so many strength buffs that you can use that you can offset that 40% easy.
Yeah. The Ring of the Frog Skin, or Frogkin, you were talking about earlier, where you get to jump 3 times as high as everybody else, and your skin turns green. Really funny. The Torch of...
Real quick funny story about that. So the guy that had the Ring of Frogkin, Lord British, showed up and he looked at him, and Lord British was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" He had not seen or known about any of these items that were in the game. And he's like, "This is news to me."
Wow.
Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is always funny. I mean, the Torch of Jurek is a iron basket torch that can be wielded as a mace. Hopefully it has extra damage.
Rhoda needs it.
Yes. Our friend Justin and Eclipse Maiden, they both need a Belt of the Ox, where it cuts your movement speed in half, but quadruples your carrying capacity. The Ring of Luck gives a small Wishing Well bonus. Not that I've ever gotten anything from my Wishing Well. The Slipshod Shooter's Sash. Slipshod Shooter Sash belt gives a bonus to your rapid fire skill, gives a small bonus to rapid fire power, but decreases your ammo scavenger, so you can shoot more arrows, but you lose more.
That's awesome for archers.
Yeah. Lavaliere of the Lagomorph. That is the necklace of the rabbit. Greatly decreases your strength, but increases your movement and attack speed.
Love it.
I think that would be really good for archers as well. Especially if you combine those two things, you could be kiting things all day long.
I'd just throw down my fire field and run like a crazy person.
That's right. A bunch of other things were delayed, but yeah. So that's about it for the release 38 notes. You ready for the calendar for the weekend?
That's all you, buddy. I'm not even looking at it.
Not even looking at it. Damn you, dirty bastards. Okay, so SodaCon tickets still available. Go get them early. I'm unchecking Ethervision Alliance because it's the weekend update. So today is Friday, January 27th. All times are Central Standard Time, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia time. Don't forget the calendar is at nbnn.info. Click on the calendar button, and it is an aggregate of a bunch of other community calendars. So today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12 around the clock, there are 2 idiots on the radio. Don't know what the hell they're talking about on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack, even though Laz is MIA. And I'm Jack. And Thex is co-hosting. Yay!
Yay.
At 7 o'clock tonight, don't forget there's a variety of PvE, PvP, and Bow and Bloodgood's not on the calendar right there. So variety of, you get your choice. If you want to go out and kill monsters, you can join the Phoenix Republic for PvE nights. That's contact Malhari or Kazan Phoenix Fire for more information for that. If you're interested in some PvP,
Proper PvP-ness.
With the proper PvP-ness.
you can always join Vengeance, go to the town of Vengeance, and kill everyone that you see, and for 1 hour as an open PvP event, and you'll probably see more action out in Blood Bay. At 7 o'clock, yeah, shit ton of action out in Blood Bay. At 7 o'clock on Radio Free Britannia, also you have 70s at 7. At 9 o'clock, if you are, that's on hold. So that on hold means we're skipping it. 10 o'clock, you need to tune in your radios to WRFB for the Record Room, which is Laz's dad talking about oldies but goodies on the Record Room with his partner. So, yay.
Yeah, is Laz going to be able to do that? I mean, are we going to get the Mushmouth Laz doing that, or are we going to get the Vicodin Laz?
No. Well, Laz doesn't do it. It's like he gets his dad's show. It's syndicated on a bunch of other radio stations, and he has permission from his dad to redo it.
Okay. I thought he was interviewing his dad or something. Okay,
no. Him and his partner. So Laz's dad is also Harry. So Harry and Tommy are two longtime Brooklyn friends, and they were part of the original echoes of the Baby Blue fame. And they were popular musicians back in the 50s, I want to say. I don't know. Laz would actually have to tell you more. It's Laz's family, not my family. So,
he got me on Discord one night, and he told me about 3 hours worth of stories about his dad.
So lots of fun stuff. So Saturday morning, we do have at 6 a.m. You need to tune in your radios to Radio Free Britannia for Wake Up New Britannia with Wolftam and Celine. At 11 a.m. on Avatar's Radio is the Church of the Dark Star service. At noon is going to be the Release 38 Welcome Quest, where you can get your welcome torch. If you're interested in some PvE, you can join the Saturday edition of the EVL Monster Mash. That begins on the overworld map outside of Soultown, and the Dungeon Master for that is Elmara Farwalker, which takes us to Sunday.
Sunday.
At the Fair Park Coliseum.
Oh, so I always thought that Laz was always doing the Sunday.
I thought he was too.
I thought he was doing that live to mess it up. But no, it's in the audio file. He killed his own audio file.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Laz-like.
Yeah, it's Laz-like, yes. Sunday, January 29th, we do have 8:30 a.m., the early edition of the Pack Slayer meeting. If you want to learn anything about Pack Slayer and the Pack Slayer community, you can go join that meeting in their TeamSpeak. At 11 a.m. is the Hospitaller New Player Support Weekly meeting taking place in Discord and in TeamSpeak. At 2 p.m., the Bear Tavern Pub Crawl. You need to join out the Baron's Reach crew, or the Bear Tavern crew if you prefer, and go get virtually drunk, and it may or may not end up in some virtually drunk fights. We'll see. If you're really interested in some PvP, you need to go join the West End Fight Club.
PvP-ness.
And that's going to be in the town of West End. If you can't figure that one out, you need to go join Bellic Takani, or teleport to Bellic Takani, or go look up where West End is on Soda Map. At 3:30, Bow and Bloodgood changed his Friday night astronomy to now Sunday afternoon astronomy. So if you want to learn about all the celestial events and how they impact the world, you do need to contact Bow and Bloodgood and go hang out in Caer Drakwich, find out what he's talking about, because the celestial events are going to dictate a lot of what happens on the overworld map.
And crafting.
Oh yeah, crafting. kind of like harvesting nightshade at night actually gets you a higher yield.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah. I don't know whether or not that's farmed nightshade or just wild nightshade.
It is just wild.
Okay, good. 7 p.m. is the regular afternoon, evening edition of the Pack Slayer meeting, and the final event of the weekend is Fishing with Winfield, and that takes place in some fishing spot or pond somewhere. The only requirement is that you say fish.
Maybe you'll catch an ancient ring.
That's right, and that is our community calendar for this January 27th through the 29th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Avatarded.
Avatar. Just don't be avatarded. That is the key thing. And that means it's time for us to talk about the sponsors.
Speed our way through the sponsors.
Speed our way through the sponsors. It depends on how quickly they go through. First, we have to thank Radio Free Britannia for allowing us to do our show, and thank you, Laz, for having Radio Free Britannia. As well as the Grimer Traders Auction House, where it is a buyer's premium or seller's premium. I don't know, because I really have nothing to do with the Grimer Traders Auction House. GrimerTraders.com. Yes. The Auchenshire and Markham Farms, located in Don's Keep, with wholesale cotton, reagents, vegetables, and ale. Always available, always fully stocked. And if you'd rather pay real-life cash for it, you can always go to Shroud Marketplace for that. We also have to thank the Britannian Mining Company for being a Patreon, and they want you to go out to Market Row inside of Blackrock Cove for all of your BMC sanctioned items, which all your base materials have a consistent price. Jacob White is the developer of SodaMap.com. SodaMap is truth, so saith Lord British. Don't forget Soda Navigator. Or if you're looking for some, yes, if you're looking for some in-game or out-of-game swag and you want to go represent your Shroud of the Avatar stuff, or you need to get those challenge coins, you can go to relicsbyreal.com, and if you use the discount code NBNN, you can save 10% off challenge coins like this one.
10%?
10%.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's your shipping and handling. And last but not least, Shroud Marketplace. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. From accounts all the way through to services. Anything game related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. And if you're looking for selling your in-game rares or you want to sell your services, you can always register as a vendor on Shroud Marketplace. Just click on the register button. Then on the left-hand side, go find the vendor registration, put your shop name in and everything else, and then add some items, and you too will be in business.
It is so slick.
It's easy. And that means it's time for us to thank the most important people around here, and that is you guys listening or watching. So thank you for watching it on Twitch, YouTube, and or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. Thank you for hanging out, and I kind of ignored everything. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Laz will be back on Monday. You get rid of me.
Yeah, Laz will be here Monday. Thex will be back in the peanut gallery throwing things at Laz the entire show, saying, "Boo! I did a better job. Boo!
Yeah.
Bring back Thex. Bring back Thex."
Yeah. Make sure you leave a note in Discord saying that Thex should replace Laz. All right.
Absolutely, because lunch with Jack and Thex rolls right off the tongue.
And I have an intro already recorded for that show, guys.
Oh, sweet. So thank you guys for showing up. We are out of here. That is Thex, somewhere not on screen. And I am Jack. Thanks for watching Lunch with Laz and Jack. Yay!
Yay.
We lived through another show. Even though
I'm not on screen. I'm sitting right next to you.
Okay, you're not on my screen, like right beside me. So that way I can like smack here.
Okay.
Yes. Or like, I will.
Nothing but problems.
Retarded.
I mean, if I'm going to put fingers in holes, the only thing I can do is like myself. And it's like, Oh, he's got a hole. It's got a hole. It's in a big hole.
Oh my.